Hey there, I'm John with Board Game Geek, and today we have Johnny O'Neill here from Brotherwise Games.
Hi.
So it looks like you are showing us Call to Adventure, the Stormlight Archive. So what's going on here?
All right, so Call to Adventure, the Stormlight Archive, is the second standalone game in the Call to Adventure system. This is based on Brandon Sanderson's The Stormlight Archive, which is the greatest fantasy epic series of our time. If you are a fantasy reader, there's a good chance this is your favorite series. These are amazing books. It's sort of like Game of Thrones meets Marvel superheroes, tons of action, tons of excitement, and millions of people who just love these books more than anything. So we've created a game that is really designed first and foremost for people who love this world, but we also wanted it to be something that if you've got somebody who's not a fan of Stormlight at the table, that they can jump in and have a great time too.
Okay.
So from a gameplay perspective, this is using that Call to Adventure system where you're building a hero. Over the course of the game, everyone is competing to create the hero with the greatest destiny, where it's your triumph, your tragedy, and your experience all equal your destiny over the course of the game. So it's a game that you can win with points, that has a clear objective winner and loser, but where a lot of people's favorite part of this game is kind of building a story over the course of the game and then telling that story at the end.
Okay. Why don't you briefly talk about these over here?
All right. So something that makes this unique is this is essentially a drafting game, not unlike civilization building games like Seven Wonders, but you're building a character instead of a civilization. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that differentiates it is there are challenges in this game, and to overcome those challenges, you're going to use the runes. So the runes function kind of like two-sided dice, that as you build your character tableau, you gain access to them. So let's use this as an example. So this character, you always begin with an origin, a motivation, and a destiny. And the destiny is hidden at the beginning of the game. Your origin gives you a couple of starting runes. So the green and the purple here are wisdom and charisma. And when you face a challenge, you can use those. So for example, Plateau Battle is a challenge here. That is a strength and charisma challenge. My character doesn't have any strength, so I'm going to just use the charisma rune, the 3 core runes, and cast those runes to see what the results are. That's worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've been able to overcome the challenge. Once I do, that means I actually can place it under my character. Mm-hmm. And depending on which path I took, I add that to my character. So did I lead the Plateau Assault and further boost my charisma, or did I win a gem heart and boost my strength? So in this case, let's say I increase my charisma, which also gets me a royalty icon, and those add up to points at the end of the game. So that gives you a sense in a microcosm of how the gameplay works.
Great. So with this new version of the game, obviously it's got the content from the Stormlight Archive. Is there anything mechanically different, or is it just a big induction of new variability?
Well, I mean, the content is a big piece of it because this is 126 pieces of original art in a world that has had very few official illustrations ever before. So that's been a really exciting thing for me as a huge fan to participate in briefing and creating. But mechanically, absolutely, we've done some new things. First of all, we like to try to improve something every time we make a new game, and in this case, just tuning it, balancing it, all of that. One thing we've done is we've added something called the Radiant icon. So 10 of the 12 Destiny cards in this game have a little Radiant icon, and that means their Destiny essentially starts to get superpowers as you build your tableau. And when you face certain challenges that have those icons, you unlock those powers and makes you stronger as you go. More importantly, we have balanced this to make co-op the default mode. In the original Call to Adventure, co-op was a more secondary mode, something we added as a Kickstarter stretch goal. Here, we've said from the ground up, how do we overhaul that system to make it really satisfying? And in this system, there's one adversary, Odium. Everybody's teaming up to defeat him. There are game modes where you might secretly be on his side, but in general now, everybody has to face him at the end of the game, and he starts with a pool of these experience tokens, which 5 per player, and you're trying to deplete them as you go. So as you do certain things, whether it's moving up the corruption track to be more virtuous, or it's gaining those radiant icons, that will help deplete Odium's experience tokens and lead you to victory.
Awesome. So that definitely seems like a significant change to the old game, and having that be the emphasis.
Yeah, it makes it something new, and it's very in theme with the books, which are all about uniting the Knights Radiant.
Awesome. So what's the schedule looking like for this game as far as when people can play it?
So this game is going to come out in June. So we're going to debut it at Origins.
Okay.
assuming everything goes smoothly with
Right.
production, but so far everything's perfectly on schedule. We'll do a little bit of a pre-order campaign in May to give people a chance to make sure they can reserve their copy. But then it will be in stores in late June.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Johnny, and showing us Call to Adventure, the Stormlight Archive.
Awesome. Thanks very much.